Quest for Dorado Golden Temples recently received the highest praise any board game could ever receive. A man on YouTube with a very silly hat told all 27 of his subscribers that it's a fantastic game. See? In conclusion, this is a fantastic game. This is absolutely worth the full 5 out of 5 bananas, and the first game to ever receive such a prestigious award was of course the original Quest for Dorado. So, which of these games is better? Today, we find out. Firstly, some quick-fire questions. Do you need one of these games to be able to play the other? The answer is no. These are both very, very good standalone games. I have heard of people combining all of the cards and also combining all of the modular boards and making one very, very big track and very, very big marketplace, but that absolutely isn't something that you have to do, and you can absolutely play both of these as standalone games on their own. Are these games different enough to justify owning both of them? In my opinion, yes, they absolutely are. Granted, it's the same kind of theme and the mechanics are very, very similar, but they pose very different challenges. They give you different things to think about, and primarily the feel when you're playing the game is very, very different. So yes, you can absolutely justify buying both. So which one is better? Well, it depends. There you go, end of video, thanks for watching. The original is slightly easier to teach. I find it also slightly easier for people to learn. You're moving from point A to point B, fastest wins. In Golden Temples, there's a little bit more going on. There are these Eldo tokens, there are the Guardians, of course, as well, and there's just a little bit more things that you have to think about. One example of this is in relation to deciding which cards to buy. You know that a 3 machete is always better than a 2 machete, and that both of them are better than the 1 machete that you start with. And then, of course, you can look at the map and you can easily work out whether the 3 machete is going to be more valuable to you than the 3 paddle. It's a relatively easy decision to make. In Golden Temples, however, there's a lot more of the cards that can be used on more than one of the obstacles. Is a smuggler better than a gentleman? Similarly, is a master better than a healer? Of course, the answers to those questions very much depend on the board in front of you. But let's bear in mind that in this game you have to go all the way to the temple and then all the way back. So quite a lot of the obstacles you have to pass twice, and that is something you need to take into consideration. There's definitely more thinking involved when you're playing Golden Temples, and in that sense the game does a really, really good job of adding strategic depth without necessarily making the game much, much more complicated. Deciding which card to buy is definitely an easier decision in the original game, but in Golden Temples, if you get it right, it does feel that much more rewarding. And that's very closely connected to the other big difference between these two fantastic games. That is the balance between strategy and luck. It's a very important balance in any kind of game, that is. In the original Quest for Dorado, I feel much more in control of my deck of cards. And yes, granted, there are luck elements involved in the sense that I can only pick up 4 each turn, and there is a luck element in getting the right card at the right time. But it happens much more regularly in Golden Temples that I find myself stuck in front of a certain obstacle and not able to get the right card. I'll find myself waiting for the right card combination in order to get past one of the Guardians. Or I'll find myself standing here in front of the Green Temple and I'll suddenly realise I don't have any Eldo tokens that you need to get into the Green Temple. Worse still, I might not have planned to get enough cards that can get me an Eldo token. And whilst all those are going through my deck, my opponent is of course running away with the lead. So which game should you buy? Well, both. They're both fantastic games that you're going to have hours of enjoyment from. I very slightly prefer the original Quest for Dorado just because I'm a very simple man and I like the simplicity of it. My wife, however, slightly prefers the Golden Temples variant because she likes to have a little bit more deep thinking. Given that, I'll let you guess which of these two games we play most in our house. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you have both of these games? Have you played both of them? I really want to know which one it is that you prefer, so please let me know down in the comments. And subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, good luck, and enjoy. Take care.